Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On Sunday, Irungu Kangatta penned an article on the Sunday Nation, and in that article, Irungu Kangatta delivered some disturbing message to the hustler nation. I want us to go through that article, not really to go through that article, but I want to dissect that particular article. This one here for those who bought the paper. It's headlined, "Could Wajackoya legalize Njaga candidature be Raila's secret card aimed at scuttling Ruto's bid?" That was the headline. And it's talking of the coincidences are too many. Irungu Kangatta is one of the key allies of the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. He's known for writing letters. The last letter he wrote to President Uhuru Kenyatta was about BBI, and he used that as a basis to dump Jubilee Party. In that article, if you read it closely, Irungu Kangatta is suggesting that Wajackoya could actually be used by Raila Odinga, or is Raila Odinga's secret card, to deny William Ruto the youthful votes in this country. The truth of the matter is that this election, there are several factors which are going to determine it. But majority of the youths were anticipated to go and support William Ruto. At the same time, the older generation were going to stick with Raila Odinga. In fact, that is the story in the larger Mount Kenya region, that the youths of the Mount Kenya region are actually with Ruto, and that the older generation, the more mature voters from Mount Kenya, are with Raila Odinga. So in my view, I think Irungu Kangatta is suggesting that Wajackoya's entry, though he's denying it, if you look at the last paragraph, there's a paragraph there. Is talking of, is giving a disclaimer that it's important. A disclaimer is important here. I do not authoritatively assert that Wajackoya is working expressly for Raila to subvert Ruto. I might be wrong. It's giving that disclaimer. But the truth of the matter is that Wajackoya's entry into the presidential race is actually causing discomfort in William Ruto's camp. So in this video, I'm going to expound on what Irungu Kangatta penned in that particular article. But before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you guys to take a second or two, click that subscribe button, so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is now. Let us get back to serious business and talk about the issue of Wajackoya in general. How is Wajackoya entry affecting William Ruto? That's the biggest question which most Kenyans are asking. In my view, it's affecting William Ruto in the following ways. Number one is the hustler narrative. William Ruto had actually fashioned his campaign as that of a hustler versus the dynasty. A chicken seller versus the son of a former president and a former vice president. William Ruto's history is known in this country. In fact, it can be traced back to when he was at the University of Nairobi, when he joined Moi. Then became a member of the Youth for KANU. Then he won by slapping Chisire along the corridors of State House. And up to this stage, William Ruto is able to sit with the kings. So he's been a hustler. Now Wajackoya is coming as the real hustler now. So if William Ruto was the hustler, and most people are like, he was hustler Bonoko. Now the real hustler is coming in the name of Wajackoya. Wajackoya is coming as a former grave digger. Is coming as a former makanga. Wajackoya is coming as a chokora. Wajackoya is coming as a gardener, someone who worked for someone in his compound. He's now coming from all that background, having been able to do his own things up to this stage. So Wajackoya, if you now put Wajackoya and Ruto on a scale, you will find that Wajackoya is the real hustler. So now we have 4 presidential candidates in this country. So if the 2 are hustlers, who is the real hustler? So the truth is, Wajackoya has been able to deny William Ruto and his brigades that bragging right about the hustler. That hustler narrative is now gone. Of course, William Ruto had killed it by bringing in on board what he was calling the bottoms up, which didn't sell. But the hustler narrative now, I think he has lost it to Wajackoya, because Wajackoya is actually targeting now the real hustlers, even his campaigns. I've never seen Wajackoya in a chopper. Have you? So that hustler narrative is one way Wajackoya is hurting William Ruto's campaign. And that is what Irungu Kangatta is actually alluding to in that article. That's number one. Number 2 is the youth voting bloc in this country. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto came up with a hustler narrative to target the youths, that each and every hustle matter. So Wajackoya is now coming as the real hustler. Then Wajackoya is not coming as the real hustler. Wajackoya is coming as a ganja man. Man who is, when Wajackoya speaks, he can't utter 10 words without mentioning bangi. Majority of the youth of this country are currently unemployed. And the truth of the matter is that majority of them, because of that, are being driven to these vices of bangi and the rest. So Wajackoya is talking a language which most of them resonate with. That bangi thing is targeting these youth. The truth of the matter is that the election is actually going to be won or lost in the mountain. And because the elections are going to be won and lost in the mountain, how are the voting patterns in mountain Kenya? Majority, there's a strong belief in mountain Kenya that majority of youths were the people William Ruto targeted. In fact, at some point, people were like, Raila Odinga is selling reform agenda. You see, if you listen to William Ruto himself, you listen to his running mate Rigathi Gachagua, whenever they are talking, they're like, history does not help. That Raila Odinga is telling Kenyan history, second liberation. Because that's a language which majority of youthful people don't resonate with. So their target were the youthful people. Raila Odinga is targeting those old people, people who understand where Kenya have come, where Kenya is coming from, where Kenya is headed to. That's the reality. But now, Wajackoya is coming here and now getting majority of these youths. He's going to the clubs, dancing with them. Wajackoya, I was in Kisumu the other day when he came, and I was shocked at the kind of reception which Wajackoya received. So the truth of the matter is that Wajackoya's entry is also eating into the youthful voting bloc. What I don't know is whether this excitement, about Wajackoya's entry will be sustained up to the election. Maybe these guys are just excited, but when they go to the booths, they'll say, okay, for me, we love you, but we love Ruto more. But the youthful generation are being threatened if William Ruto depended on them. Number 3 is the media space. William Ruto the other day responded to the Daily Nation that they are biased after that leaked audio. And William Ruto has also complained to the Media Council about media coverage. But the truth of the matter is that apart from Raila Odinga, the other gentleman who is getting good airspace, good media space, is Wajackoya. So if the media is going to focus on Wajackoya to an extent that is always head to head with Raila Odinga, then William Ruto will be complaining Why would we be complaining? So the truth of the matter is that Wajackoya is not taking media space at the expense of William Ruto. The other day when he was launching his campaign, his manifesto, William Ruto was also launching his manifesto. They competed for media space. You see, William Ruto would have wanted a situation where that day was only going to be William Ruto launching his manifesto. Then from nowhere, Wajackoya came and he was given that media space. In fact, let us just face the reality. The only thing you can remember from William Ruto's manifesto and Wajackoya's manifesto, if you are honest, is that you can sell venom. You can Nyeri alone can, if you were to plant bangi in Nyeri alone, you know, you can be assured that we'll be getting dividends of 200,000. You know, you can't really remember most of the things which were in William Ruto's manifesto, but I'm sure you can remember what Wajackoya said. So the truth of the matter is that the space in the media is now being given more to Wajackoya, deliberately by the state, deliberately by those who by those who are pushing the agenda. And number 4, how he's also managing to affect Ruto is that Wajackoya is providing practical solution. You know, William Ruto is known to make promises. He's been making promises. In his manifesto, he's also promising. In fact, he's promising each and every village to have internet connectivity, while Kenyans went back to 2013, he made the same promise. Now, Wajackoya is not making those promises. Wajackoya is coming for a solution. That's easy to deni. That's why we have a problem. So the thing is, this thing here has ready market. So when I take over, I plant it. We sell. We repay the debts. Then we become free as a country. So Wajackoya is coming with solution. William Ruto is coming with the promises. Basically, I tend to think that this thing is designed in a way that Wajackoya is supposed to counter everything William Ruto is doing. If William Ruto is giving promises, Wajackoya is coming with practical solutions. And lastly, is the deep state. The deep state. The truth of the matter is that the world over, there is the deep state. And the truth is, William Ruto is fighting against the deep state. That deep state understands, and you remember the other day William Ruto was complaining that, okay, Uhuru Kenyatta is using intelligence report to aid Raila Odinga. How is he aiding Raila Odinga? By unleashing people like Wajackoya. The truth of the matter is that Wajackoya and his messaging is now designed in a way that whenever he speaks, whenever Wajackoya speaks, everything is designed in a way that resonates with the youth. Remember when he was launching his campaign, there was that lady, whenever he was speaking, there was that lady who was like, Tingeza miti. So the deep state is actually aiding Wajackoya. They are monitoring William Ruto. When he's gaining, Wajackoya is being unleashed to counter. And he's done it so perfectly well to an extent that today, I don't think William Ruto is controlling airwaves. I don't think William Ruto is controlling the narratives. I don't think William Ruto, you know, everything is now either Raila or Wajackoya. And that's why the deputy president is actually complaining to the media, is complaining to the church. Remember, William Ruto's main targets were the church. The other day, Wajackoya was like, the church shouldn't complain, because when we sell this thing, 10% will go to the church in the form of tithe, and they'll have the money. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, I strongly believe that Wajackoya's entry into the presidential election is actually impacting negatively on William Ruto. If there is someone who is going to be affected more by Wajackoya's entry, is William Samoei Arap Ruto. I don't know what you think. That's my take. In case you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to thank you guys for your continued support. Without the support, the channel cannot be where it is. Thank you, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.